What's up, Rewatchers? It's Dustin here to let you know that this show may feature strong or inappropriate language, so please be mindful of who around you can hear it. Also, we assume that you've at least watched the show or the episode we will be discussing. If not, just be warned that there are spoilers ahead. But really, it's your fault because these shows have been out for a while. Enjoy.
See? My little obsidian crow.
Oh, cute.
All right. Make it work, crow.
Get those bad negative vibes away. Make it work.
Oh, we just
You-
fell. That's good.
It's like, I am no match for this. Oh no, that's bad. That's a bad spirit.
Yeah, we'll
That's
see
weird.
how
Don't
this
like that.
recording goes.
Oh my god, we're getting some EVPs.
That'd be fun.
Hello and welcome back to the Rewatch Recap, where we're doing the Buffy Brief Cap with Kay from F My Work Life, my friend, my colleague, my West Coast bestie.
My
I guess you could I guess that's what you say that. I guess yeah. But yeah, we're doing this one. This week we're doing the I guess what was I calling it? Not Themselves.
Yeah.
Not Themselves is the theme this week. So
Mhm.
this first one we have up, we had Band Candy. What? From season 3. And this was all when the mayor was taking over and doing a whole bunch of his shenanigans, and nothing was looking good.
Yeah.
Not at all. So yeah, let's take it away with Kay, who's going to be doing this brief cap.
All right.
Go for it, Kay.
All right. So the synopsis of Band Candy is, so the high school band is selling candy bars to raise money to buy new uniforms. But the mayor and his sidekick, Mr. Trick, have hired our good old friend Ethan Rain to make and distribute these cursed candy bars.
Fucking Ethan Rain.
Fucking Ethan Rain, dude. But what these candy bars do is when the adults eat them, it makes them revert back to their teenage childlike ways. So what this does is basically makes it so everyone in the town is distracted, not paying attention when the vampire demon guys come in to collect a tribute for a demon. And they keep talking about the tribute, but we don't know what the tribute is till towards the end. But basically, Sunnydale becomes overrun with irresponsible adults causing all kinds of mayhem, including Giles and Joyce, who turn into a couple of lovesick hoodlums making out all over town.
Yeah.
I freaking love this episode.
I know you do. You love that.
Oh, it's so
great.
good.
Okay, so the main focus character of this is probably going to be Buffy, right?
Yeah, it was very centered on Buffy.
So how do they take him down? Basically, you got to take down Ethan Rain, which is usually the key in these scenarios. Will they never learn, right? Also, like this race through the boxes trying to catch Ethan.
my
I don't know
God.
why, but I have this feeling it was just like a set of a couple of boxes that they
They
just
just
kept
kept running around them.
cutting from different angles to make it look like they were just running through this labyrinth of boxes.
Also, for some reason, the stunt double in this scene is so obvious. Like,
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it shows like it's a really quick shot of Buffy's back, but her shoulders are so huge. And then when she like punches him out of the box, it's like this big burly woman. It's just like really bad.
Boom. Seeing it in a blonde wig. What?
Well, the monster. Do you want to talk about the monster of the week and what it is?
I kind of count Ethan Rain as the monster of the week in my own way, but
yeah,
he's like the
I
main
feel like
person.
there's levels to the monster of the week, right?
There's
like
a lot of monsters this week in various form.
You've got Mr. Trick, you've got Ethan Rain,
the mayor,
but then you've got like the demon that they're trying to collect this tribute for is Laconis?
the big old snake.
Yeah, it's just basically a sewer snake.
He has his own little tunnel, his little entrance. He makes his little entrance from.
Right. He's got like his
And
little.
Buffy's like, "You like fire? How about a little fire, sneaky boy?"
There's like a little ritual pool in front of his little thing. So basically, what happens is Larconis. He likes to eat a big ritual meal every 30 years, and his favorite course is babies.
I know. And you know what? I think how many babies were there? 5?
5, yeah.
Yeah. 3 of those babies, or at least no, like 2 or 3 of those babies were totally animatronic.
Oh yeah, or just like rubber freaking just.
I was like, that's not a real baby. That's a real baby, but that's not a real baby.
Not a real
That's
baby.
not a real baby.
They can only afford 2 baby handlers on this episode.
Oh well. I guess because they wanted to throw a baby. I don't know.
Oh yeah. So once
here, catch.
So once they figure out where to go, they find like the candy factory. They see Ethan Rayne, and I feel like Ethan Rayne is always behind things, but he's always the easiest to take down because he's just kind of a wimp. He's kind of
it's like, then why do you keep doing it? You're so easy to beat every time.
So all she has to do is punch him a few times, and he like gives up.
Okay,
it's fine. It's in the sewers, and or like I think actually Willow figures out that it's in the sewer based on.
This is like
something.
The next to last time that we see him. I think the last time we see him is, oh my gosh, it's the one where he turns Giles into a demon. And he messes with Giles, and then, I think the initiative and army people take him in.
Oh, that was the last time we saw him before this?
I think that's the last time we see Ethan Rayne, is in season 4.
Okay. I kind of like Ethan, but
I kind of do too, but like, and at the same time, it's like, he's kind of like, he feels like a Rainbow Bright villain. Like,
yeah.
Just like, okay, sure, steal the rainbow, we'll get it right back,
Right. Yeah. But basically how they take down Larconis, they figure out where it is. They go down there and like, they're there with the babies, and they start beating up the people with the babies. And while they're fighting, Joyce and Giles kind of start to sneak the babies away, and then some dude falls in the like sacrifice pool, and the snake comes out and eats him, and then and then they Giles gets thrown in the pool, and as he's struggling to get out, and the demon is coming again for his next morsel, and Buffy I guess grabs like a gas line or something and pulls it out and lights it on fire, and then just immediately just sets the demon on fire, and it's like super easy.
No, he just like catches it on fire. Like, isn't he like wet and cold? Like, how is he catching on fire like this? Like, and he just takes it right back down with him in his little. Yeah. I mean, literally, that is not even a hole he's coming out of. It's like a hallway. It was
it's like a sewer tunnel. He's just like.
Yeah, but it was all nice looking. Like it looked kind of I don't know, nice and carved out of stone. And
he dies. Mr. Trick runs off. Babies are saved.
They never explain why they were giving him tribute, because what was the demon gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know. Like they didn't really explain that. It was just
and start killing people, and Buffy's like, here's some fire, and it's like, if that's all it took this entire time.
And he only like emerges every 30 years to eat babies, so like, what's the point?
I know, like just throw some fire on him next time. What's he gonna do?
Well, even like Mr. Trick says like to the mayor at the end, because the mayor's mad that it didn't go as planned, and he's like, well, you've got like one less demon you have to pay tribute to. Like I did you a favor. But the mayor did not like that.
I'd be careful with how many favors you do for me in the future. He doesn't sound like that either, but
Yeah, he's kind of dorky. He's got kind of a dorky voice.
Yeah, I'd be careful. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was more like it. Yeah.
So what's about the sub story?
Oh my gosh, I feel like there's a few sub stories in this one. So there's Buffy, who's being overscheduled by both Giles and Joyce because she ran away for the summer. So now they're like trying to keep her occupied so she doesn't run away again. There is the Willow and Xander sneaking around, kind of following each other, falling for each other behind Oz and Cordelia's back. And then there's, of course, the love story of Giles and Joyce and their like silly little teenage minds.
I stuck with the Willow and Xander thing in my head. That is all like touch flirting in a way. Like they had their legs under the table in the classroom, And I'm like, how does nobody notice them when they yanked their legs back when
Right?
Cordelia started talking to them? And like, it was pretty obvious.
Yeah. And they're
And
like
um, and
touching each
also,
other's hands.
yeah, when they accidentally touch hands, you know. And there's always this like guitar strumming theme. Like, why does this little affair get a theme?
I don't know, because I don't like it. I never liked this storyline.
I didn't mind them getting together if it hadn't been in this way.
Yeah.
You know, I probably wouldn't have mind, but it should have happened earlier on.
Yeah.
And then they should have been like, we don't belong together, so I'm going to date Oz, I'm going to date Cordelia. That's how it really should have gone down.
Yeah.
They didn't do that.
No.
It makes me mad every time.
Yeah. And there was also the other side plot of Angel has returned and he's being hidden away.
Oh, yeah.
And Buffy's trying to keep that a secret too. But that was such a small little portion of the episode.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, so it's one of my funny moments. I'm saying, you got some funny moments or quotes, whatever?
I've got a lot because this episode was hilarious.
This one was good. So, like, the first thing that we see Angel, he's doing like Tai Chi or something, and she's like, "I didn't know you could do that." I was like, "What, Tai Chi? You could do Tai Chi. Anybody can do Tai Chi.
Slowly move your arms."
Yeah, like really concentrate. Yeah. Anyway, and he's like, "I'm feeling better," and then immediately collapses, and I just laughed. Just Angel's such a tool. I just really don't like. I like season 1 Angel, and that is it.
Yeah. And it's funny too, because we are re-watching Bones right now. So it was funny to go from like Seeley Booth back to Angel and be like, oh God, I like Seeley Booth so much better.
I mean, I just really don't like him. So, okay, what's one of yours? We're gonna go back and forth.
I really like the scene where they're like walking down the school hallway, the Scooby Gang, and they're talking about SATs. And Cordy says something like, I actually do really well on standardized tests. And they all turn and look at her and she's like, what? I can't have layers?
I like her little side. Like, I'm actually smart. Come on now.
Yeah.
When Buffy told Giles that she was going home and she told Joyce she was going to be with Giles, and apparently she lied to Willow too, and she was actually going to go see Angel, and she comes home and tells Joyce, she's like, oh yeah, Giles kept me really long for a while, you know, him slay, 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 and he's like stepping out from behind Joyce. She's like, do you guys want to watch some television? I heard this very insightful Nightline on. I don't know why. It got me. I don't know why. It was so dumb. Like, it was sort of like when a kid's like trying to think of whatever she could say to get out of this. But
yeah, I feel like every other line in this episode is just so quippy and funny.
Yeah,
it was really good, really well. Can I talk? Really well written. My next favorite moment was when, or funny moment was when Giles was trying to teach Buffy how to like sense her enemies. So he blindfolds her and he spins her around and he's like, all right, sense where I am. And she like turns the opposite way from him and he's like, ha ha ha, she sucks at this. And she throws the ball and it just bounces perfectly off the wall and hits him in the head. And she's like, okay, bye.
Bye. We did this. All right. That's good. Yeah, when they're waiting for Giles after he's been gone for a while, and they're in the study hall because he hadn't shown up to the study hall. And Cordelia says, where's Giles already? I'm bored and he's not here to give me credit for it. I don't know.
My next one is when Joyce and Giles are in his place and Buffy had just left and they're like pretending to kind of be parental, and she leaves and they immediately like start smoking and drinking, and then it flashes to them like she's rifling through all his albums and he's laying on the floor and they're listening to some like 70s kind of rock music, and she's like, you've got some really good albums, and he's all, yeah, they're okay. Just trying to be like so cool.
Yeah, and then she's like, do you like Seals and Croft? And he just looks at her. She's like, me neither. I'm like, no, that's Summer Breeze. I love that song. I love Summer Breeze.
They just did teenagers so well. It was so good.
Okay, so Mrs. Barton telling Willow that she's a tree.
I wrote that one down too.
She was like,
are there any
Willow,
nachos anymore?
like a tree. She was like, are there any nachos here, little tree?
I wrote that one down too. That was hilarious. And just the principal in general was hilarious. Just the nerd trying to like hang with the cool kids.
Summers, you drive like a spaz.
Yeah, I wrote that one down too. And then I guess my very, very favorite moment, funniest moment, is when Buffy is looking for something to tie Ethan up with, and like Joyce just looks at her like kind of coyly and just pulls handcuffs like out of her back pocket and hands it to Buffy, and Buffy's like, "Never tell me."
Never tell me ever. Don't
Want to know.
And Joyce is making out with Giles, and she's like, "You're so cool. You're like Burt Reynolds."
And they start making out in the car.
Cordelia says, "Mom started borrowing my clothes. There should have been an age limit on lycra pants. And Dad, he just locked himself in the bathroom with old copies of Esquire."
Oh, God. No. No, Dad.
And like, there's another one at the end where they come back and they're kind of trying to make fun of Snyder, but he's like, "No, we have some vandalism and he's cleaned up," and they turn and look at the lighter at the lockers, and then below reads, "Kiss rocks. Why would anyone want to?" Oh wait, I get it. Kiss rocks.
Little Wallow.
Yeah. Okay, our scariest moments. Ooh. What are the parts that really creeped you out or freaked you out or made you jump? Whatever.
I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot in this episode. Mm-hmm. I just wrote down Buffy's driving is scary as shit.
Yeah. Like, what the hell? Like,
what is she doing?
Turned. Oh my God. When she turned and Willow's like, "Oh my God." Like, you had the parking brake on.
Yeah. I don't think she knows what the brake pedal is because she didn't appear to be using it ever.
No, my God. That scared me. But, yeah. And demons taking babies. Vampires just taking babies. That's kind of not good. And also the idea of old people. I say old people. Anybody who's not a teenager tends to be old to the teenagers. Mm-hmm. Acting like teenagers or trying to act like teens is scary. Like, I don't remember being that horny or that wild as a kid.
Yeah, like
it was like they took it to the extreme, and it was scary. That's what made it scary.
All the adults were just bad kids.
They were acting more like 2-year-olds, like just wild and like feral almost. Yeah.
I was thinking, like, I didn't really know a whole lot of teenagers that acted like this, like at the Bronze, and it's just what's going on?
And then they get up and do the horrible rendition of Louie Louie, because that one guy can't even keep up the beat.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. Like, and he looked like he was like, "Yeah, I'm in it." Like, "No, you're not. You're not doing a good job, bud. You need to stop this, please." Stop
it.
Okay, so who is your best character in this episode, and why?
It is a tie for me between Giles and Joyce. I love them in this episode. Joyce is just such the like, "Oh, he's so cool. I'm going to try to be cool so I can be around him." And Giles and his like ripper teenage badassery. Like, I love it so much. And I'm sorry, Giles was hot in this episode.
Oh yeah, Anthony Stewart Head. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially back in this era, especially like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? And get me some Taster's Choice and some Giles and some books. We'll go at it. But I agree. Teen Giles and Joyce and Snyder. They all seem kind of fun overall, like, and their like personalities were opposite of what they are now, like way opposite of what they are now. But that leads me into worst characters of the episode, and mine were teenage Joyce, Giles, and Snyder. Because they were so unhinged and so unstable. And like I said before, I don't remember being this unruly growing up. Yeah. So that kind of like, that was also kind of like, the heroes were also kind of the anti-heroes at the same time.
I picked the mayor just because I never liked the mayor.
Yeah.
His character just sucked.
Mayor Wilkins. Gosh, golly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
No, we're not. Well, yeah.
It's really funny because I saw the dude on Home Improvement, like an old episode of Home Improvement came on, and he was on that for a few episodes. He worked with Tim.
I feel like I've seen him in something fairly recently, and I'm like, why do I know this guy? And I looked it up. I was like, oh, God, it's the mayor from Buffy. I don't remember what it was, though.
Well, anyway, so on to how many stakes we do give this episode. From 0 to 5, 5 being the best, 0 being the... Tell me, Kay, how many stakes would you give Band Candy?
I give Band Candy 4.5 stakes.
Ooh, that's a pretty high honor from Kay.
I just think this episode is so well written. Like I said earlier, every other line is just quippy and hilarious. And it flows nicely. All the little storylines work well together. And it's so funny. So, yeah. This is one of my favorite episodes overall of Buffy.
I gave it a 3. And only because I like the episode, though. It's half, at least.
Mm-hmm.
It's halfway there. It's just not one of my favorite episodes. You know what I mean? Mainly because I hate the juvenile acting things. It makes me mad. I don't like it. But, that's me. That's how it works out. What would you guys give it? Give us a, little comment somewhere, either on, hey, Spotify takes comments now.
That's
and
right.
You can also reach out to us on socials and all that good stuff. TikTok, Blue Sky. There's a Linktree link. Check that out. Do that. And coming up next is Season 6's Normal Again, which is basically the episode that made everybody question the Buffyverse in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So make sure to watch that episode and come back and listen later on this week for that. Whoops. For that recap. I knocked that out good. Bye, everybody.
Bye.